Hello there, Bradley from B-Rad TV here. It's been a while. Too much to say, too much going on in the world for everyone to get into it. But I'm here, I'm still uploading. I've just had a year off, pretty much. I'm getting a load of stuff ready. The big movie is so close to being finished and it's ridiculous and stupid, and I can't wait for you all to see that, and a load of other projects. And what we are doing today, I wanted to build something. I used to love playing with things and taking things apart and trying to make stuff. I thought I'd build a guitar. Now I can strum a guitar, maybe learn something on it. I can't tune it by ear, I can't play by ear, I can't flip it over and play it with my left hand. I've never built a guitar before, so I'm not some sort of magical virtuoso guitar player. And when I thought about doing this, I thought, well, I could buy a cheap guitar, smash it up and have the bits, but I thought, well, that's a bit dumb. That's not really making a guitar. That would be just maybe using the neck and changing the body. And then when I was Googling it, you can actually buy full-on DIY guitar kits. You get all the bits, and it's just a microwave instructions list. Follow this 1, 2, 3, and anyone could build a guitar. So I thought, right, well, I don't want to do that. And then you could buy the individual bits, and I thought, well, maybe I'll buy the neck and I'll just build the body and figure stuff out. I thought even that's a bit of a cop-out. And then I went the other way and thought, let's do as much as I can with, well, nothing. So, actual guitar parts I've bought that I thought there's no way I could get around building these or not having them. I've got the pickup, I've got the bridge for the strings, I've got the tuning pegs, I've got the nut where the strings sit at the top of the neck, I've got some little wires for the actual frets so I can press down on the strings, then I've got the strings themselves, because that's stuff that there's no way I can fake that. Now for the rest of the guitar, I've got 2 bed slats, a wet floor sign, some random bits of wood just in case, some nuts, bolts and screws and washers and things, and then a whole load of DIY stuff. I've got a general idea of what I want in my head, and it seems really basic. This goes here, this goes here, strings go down, clip, clip, ba-da-ba-da-ba. But the reality, I'm not doing even like a big 1 bass string or some funny cigar box 3 string. I'm doing a full-on 6-string electric guitar, the whole thing. Maybe it won't be in tune, who knows? I'm excited to give it a go. How I can tell you it is really going to work already from my planning, where have I marked this up here? Front of bottom piece, back of top piece. Well, I could have gone on the internet and looked up instructions exactly how to build a guitar, but I don't want to. I want to figure this out for myself. So this will be the neck. I'm going to turn this into the fretboard. This is lower down, and when I raise the nut up on here, hopefully the strings will sit up a bit high. The body, I was thinking I could have the wet floor sign this way round. It covers that up, even though that looks like the traditional axe shape. And it's also got this bend up here. I think for ease and functionality, I'm going to have to use this end. But then, the pickup is sunken like that, so it needs that much space below it. So if this sits in here, I need to then somehow cut a hole through there for this, and I've only taken a few measurements, figuring out how high the strings need to be and that. But the first thing I want to do, because I know it's not going to change, is the fretboard. So I'm going to get my actual guitar and just copy the fretboard onto that. Oh, I'm shit at DIY. This is the correct technique. Oh, we've got web protection. Oh no, I haven't. Well, I could stand on this and do it on the floor. I'm trying to get a nice video for you. Here we go, if I do it on the edge of the table, oh, that's better, isn't it? And this is doing nothing because all the sawdust is going on the floor. There you go, there's some precision sawing right there. These are up next, the little fret wires. They're the things on the neck of the guitar that when you press on the string, it gets sort of stopped by the little metal bar. I haven't looked up how to install these, but it's just a flat bit of metal with some little hooked sort of arrows that mean it will press into the wood and won't come out easily. I don't think I've got enough fret wires. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 15, 16, 17. 1, 2, 3. Fuck! Who would sell a packet of fret wires but not enough to fill a neck? 14, 15, 16. I haven't invented numbers. I don't know what I was counting there. Okay, I'm not doing electric guitar wizardry, so I'm fine with that actually, so that's not the end of the world. So that was a great success, but now the frets, they're all different sizes. I've got to clip them down. There are some razor sharp bits of metal poking out the side of this guitar. Right, don't screw everything up with super glue. Well, I fucked that right up. 1, 2, 3, 13, 14, 15. Ah, fuck! I've glued it to this now. How did that happen? There's no glue on this. Oh, fuck, the fume's doing my eyes in. If this guitar plays, I'm going to be impressed. So my fingertips are now super glued up for the rest of the day. But I've sort of built a fretboard. Hey! I'm not going to file the edges because there's too much metal. It would be a whole, like a big job. So I'm just going to give this a few minutes for the glue to dry, and then I'm going to lacquer it up. Sausage roll break. So I'm not lacquering the fretboard yet, because of course I need to do the actual sort of main neck of the guitar as well. Now I'm going to figure out exactly how, well, I mean, I know how I'm going to attach this. I'm going to attach it with nuts and bolts, but exactly where and how. The main thing, well, obviously the only thing, is getting the strings to be in the right place with the fretboard, the pickup and the bridge. Very detailed diagrams here. Because there's millimeters in it, at the moment I'm not really paying attention to it. That's just the exact specifications I would need for it to work. So I'm not going to look at it. That makes a lot of sense, Bradley. I'd better have another Red Bull. No, I actually am going to look at that. There's no point making this harder for myself. 0.5. The pickup has to sit here. It's raised up quite a bit. Even if I sunk a gap in this wood, it'd be too weak to think that that's going to connect the body to the neck. So my whole idea of connecting this to this has gone out the window a little bit. So what I think I'm going to do, I'll take these apart first. This isn't nailed up, how's this? Should just be able to not snap it. I twist it. Oh! I could break it. I'm not questioning that. The whole point is I don't want to break it. My DIY is good, but it can be better. Right, fuck you. Oh, I didn't break it. All these ridges on the back here, I could saw a gap for the wood and do this and have one half on the front, one half on the back with only a small thin bit of plastic between them that wouldn't make too much of difference. I thought I'd use this because the little saw was taking too long. Ta-da! What I've figured out I've got to do that I really didn't want to do because I'm worried about support later on, I am going to have to cut this. So what I was going to have wrapped around this for support has got to go. And I worry about the tension of the strings pulling on the bridge on this brittle plastic. I've got lots of bits of wood and nuts and bolts, so I can try and reinforce everything and have everything as wood and nuts and bolts, and this just happens to be in between them. These last 3 frets I'm going to have to cut off, and on top of this then I'm going to put a bit of wood horizontally that is going to sit snugly behind there. I've then got to cut this wood to allow room for the pickup somewhere here. I'm going to have to use this bit to reinforce down here and then maybe connect it at the back again with nuts and bolts and washers and wood just to really make this as sturdy as possible so there's no way it can come apart or this brittle plastic can snap. I'm committed. I've got to chop bits off this, bits off this. I only have these 2 bed slats. I've got a bit of extra, but I can't do much with this. Taking a step back actually, because before I start sawing and attaching extra bits of wood and nuts and bolts to this, I've got to drill holes and put the tuning pegs in, and let's figure out exactly where these are going to go, because a few millimetres off and the strings will be fucked. Ooh. Or, yeah, that's pretty spot on. I'm doing it! I'm making a guitar! Yeah, you push that over the top, screw it down. I've just got to screw this in. The only thing I haven't thought about is these ones I've brought closer in, just thinking about the string. The actual twisty tuner head. It has to be outside the body of the head, because that turns inwards. Dick brain over here's fastened that one in. I haven't drilled the others yet. Now I've got to drill... Oh, bugger. Shit. Yeah, scratch all the chrome off, we don't need that. Top one on the left hand side was touching the wood and it wouldn't turn, but I just shaved a little tiny groove out, you can't even notice it, and it works fine. And not only that, it was so close to this one here. But it's not touching, so it's all worked out fine. Great success! That's too big. I got diddy screws and then I got mega screws. Red Bull! I've got all these tools, I've got no effing scissors. I don't need to nail it and screw it. I can just leave the sellotape on. That's that. Now this is the bit I really don't want to fuck up. Oh, I've got it on my fingers, I can feel it. Job done. My magic trick. Oh yeah! So now I've just got to pick some nuts and bolts that can go through everything. It's coming together. Drilled through this, I've drilled through my first bit of a support structure, but rookie mistake, the drill's run out of battery. I tried running it off the mains, but you can't do it. It's a battery one that I got to charge the battery. Oh! I think that's me done for today. I've done a fair bit, I'm happy. I mean, the drill's charging, but I'm exhausted, I've got to cook food. It's a bit noisy everywhere, I don't want to be drilling later. So, yeah, I'll see you in the morning, let's build a guitar. Right, so back to it. Progress is going all really well, but now it's the moment of truth. I'm going to actually attach the neck to the body, like that. That will go in there. Another piece of wood will go across there. I will then be doing even more reinforcement. What just snapped? Oh, I know what that was. It was some of the glue cracking on here, because it's just wood against plain plastic. Okay, that's fine. All the weight is on this one little bit of plastic, on this one little bit of wood, so I really need to reinforce it along here. So there's a whole structure behind here, because this is not any sort of load-bearing plastic. Right, these holes are in the wrong place. 3, 4. I've got nuts and bolts through this, but before I do that, I'm going to araldite it all together, and then it won't move around. I won't have the issues I had with this thing jumping all over the place. Sorry, Mr. Paintbrush, you're being sacrificed for the Emperor. I'll have to check the drying time properly actually, because the last thing I want to do is to drill into this and wreck the drill bit that I need. Glue drill. Squillucle. And I've got to make sure this stays clamped down properly as well. Ah, got it on my hand. My sculpture is complete. That's not even touching the fucking wood. Right, where's my dumbbells? You want some weight? Here you go. Fuck you, you want some weight? How about some more, huh? You want some more weight? You came to the wrong house, fool! How mad did you go during lockdown? Right, you're just gonna stand there just because you can. So if that set's in the wrong place, the whole thing's fucked, basically. So that's got to stay there. I looked on the internet how long this stuff takes to dry, and it says it's hard enough to not move in 10 minutes, but it's fully hard in 12 hours. Should see a doctor about that. So I'm going to leave it for 1 hour. I've got some other things I can get on with, so see you in an hour. I gave it an extra hour, so it had 2 hours. I did all my errands and whatever, had some lunch. 2 hours, hopefully this is solid enough and I can drill through it without any aggro. Oh, that had been glued on there, bloody hell. And I sorted out all the nuts and bolts for the bridge and the pickup. Oh! Okay, thing I have to use my fingers on is razor sharp. I'll just have to take note of that. Who else dare does DIY? I am making a YouTube video. Oh. They better not be building a guitar. I don't actually have like a socket wrench or anything for doing nuts and bolts, but my little man tool that I carry in my wallet, novelty useless thing, is perfect. It's bolted in place. That is so sharp, it happened again on my finger. That tastes like Stella. Fantastic. Let's not put it there because I'm going to knock that over. Even if this is 3mm like off centre or anything like that, it'll ruin it. And not only that, but I've noticed this plastic here bends. So when I tighten the strings, is that just going to pull this up? I'm not really thinking about the longevity of this thing living and surviving, but is it even going to play? It's going to need to be as tense as this can be for the strings to be tense. Strings. I'm going to attach the fat one and the thin one. Bridge is going to be on a piece of wood, plastic in the middle, another bit of wood on the other side, like that, so it's wedged with wood. Then this bit of wood underneath will support the back of what the bridge is held onto. Last one. The tension of the strings now, pulling on that, it's not just going to be this loose plastic, it's going against the screws here and this nut here. Are those screws going to be enough? I think they are. Pick up. And then also I totally blanked, it's got proper volume knobs and stuff. So I might as well, if I'm doing this, I might as well do it properly. I've got to come up with volume knob holes. Knob hole. Let's reinforce that as well. Reinforce. Smear this on top of it. The thing is now the output jack is going to have a lot of play. That's what I'm going to be like pushing the cable in to use it again and again. So I don't want this flimsy thing to be flimsy. So I'm going to make like an attachment here that is like wood and reinforced. And this table isn't a proper table, it's like a camping table. So it's on a couple of metal legs. Well, screwing that thing in place has split it, but it's still pretty rigid. I'll reinforce it with some super glue. Hey! That will dry up. Fucking hell. Once that's dry, and I'm not going to touch it to prove it, there we go. Finishing touches. I'm going to put some nuts and bolts in place so I can, and drill into the actual back of it, so I can seal the back up so it doesn't just keep flopping open. But then I won't glue them or put them in the wood or anything, it'll only be for this, and it'll be easy to unscrew them as well. I'm not going to do them mega tight, so if I need to get behind here at any point, I can just pop the lid up and I can see the inner workings of the guitar. Look at this, I've made like a car hood. What a genius idea. Completely fucking balmy, but I think I'm quite proud. I hope to God it plays, I really do. So long as the strings and the frets and the bridge and that's all fine. The only electrics was this cheap pickup that came all in one with volume stuff. It's really thin wires, to be fair. Did I just drill my hand? I don't know. Yeah, I'm tired. I haven't had sunlight in 2 days, so I've been locked in here. Let's lacquer that up, leave it overnight. Here it is. It's all dry, it does smell a little bit creosote-y. So all I can do now is give this a go right in front of the camera and hope that all of this hasn't been in vain. Oh, yes! So the string isn't touching the fret, it's very close to that. Maybe when I tighten it, it goes down, but these can be lifted up, and this is on, well, the lowest almost setting, so I know that I'm going to be fine. Let's just lift it up a little higher to where I think I might want it. You put it through the bottom, stick it through the hole, fucking break it. push down on one fret, it's touching the other frets. I've just set the string and I hadn't lifted this up to where I wanted it to make it higher. That was going to avoid all that noise. Oh, I can feel the tension. I'm ready for something to just snap. I feel like I might put some glasses on or a helmet or something. No way, my guitar strings are never that tight. Next string. So I've got the 6 strings on. This is just disheartening and pissing me off right now. I think the problem is that I've just found is that I tune it and 30 seconds later it's already out of tune badly. Maybe I could tune the strings just once and then reinforce it with my super glue. I feel like the tension of that might be pulling up on things. I can just bend it and that will definitely affect the tuning. Maybe I haven't reinforced it enough. I'm just going to keep tightening the strings because they're going flat. That is seriously bending up there with the strings. If it is too much tension, I might have to say lose 3 strings and not you. Fuck me. I was going to lose the bottom 3 anyway, so there's that. Maybe I was turning it the wrong way. It seems that strings 4 and 5 are staying in tune. When I do, well, they're not there, but when I do them they stay in tune for a little bit. So I think I'm just gonna plug it into something and see how it sounds plugged in. Oh, yep, don't do that because you cut yourself. The amazing bending guitar. It's just the top string. Just that top string being out of tune means I can't do like little chordy things. I'm going to mash all the buttons like on Tekken. I'm just going to stop there. I've made a guitar. I have made an instrument that plays noise. Yeah, I've made an instrument. That's absolutely insane. I just thought I'd do this. I had a few days, I had a whole year of Corona. Oh dear. And it goes on. I just came one day, I thought I'm going to try and make a guitar. And not even out of a kit. And I've done it. Oh, I feel like emotionally and spiritually like just a bit exhausted. Like I've done it. Yeah, it doesn't work as a 6-string guitar. It's never going to be able to be in tune perfectly because it bends. I'm going to keep playing and having a toy with it and see if I can figure it out. But I'm a happy man. I've done this. I feel motivated and invigorated creating something silly. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching me on this stupid little adventure. I've got a plan with the YouTube and there's more videos coming. Nothing like this. Well, maybe there is. Not even I know what I'm doing. But I'm doing my videos and I'm here. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you had fun. Hopefully this has just inspired you to do something. Do anything. Do something you've never done before. Just for a laugh. This was fun. Yeah? Well, I guess I was present in the moment and I was really enjoying it. So that's amazing. Hopefully I've entertained you, inspired you and made you chuckle. This is why I just drop it and it breaks. That was my mad guitar building adventure. Yeah, thank you for watching. Be safe out there, look after yourselves, look after each other, and be rad.